We're continuing now at the Shem's Baruch, Daf Gimel Amid Aleph. Talmud Tanina. Yehuda Omer, Kol Geffen Yesh Bayayin, or She'en Bayayin Trukti. If there's no wine, then it's called dessert grapes. It's a certain way, it's a bad, so it doesn't give out wine. It's called a trukti. It means that you can only have grapes here for eating, not for making wine. That's like it's a muscle for Isha that if she doesn't have blood, then no good, not a good simon. So if so, in other words, the Yehuda is saying here that there's a certain kind of a of a of a vine that doesn't give out only this, so only dessert grapes. So maybe the kasha is, maybe she is from this type of, how can you say? How can you say for sure that she was Mizana, Tainis Besulam, to be mafta the Ksuba? Maybe she's from this family that doesn't have Dam. Yasa Kol Gaim Omashish Tainis Besulam Kib Yehuda. No, Adarabba. For sure that Yehuda holds that is Tainis Besulam. Metona. Omer Reb Yehuda, Yehuda Beishoina, Midish Neshish Binan, Echem Shal Chosin Shmal Kala, Abshtan Kena Mina Yisuan, Megalo Isen Ken. So we have this whole long brass we had yesterday that it's clear that Yehuda holds it as Tainis Besulam. They had this whole system of protecting her and protecting him. So if she claims she comes from this type of family, she has to prove it. If not, then there is a Tainis Besulam and she loses the Kesubos. Now we're trying to explain the Bryce that's a little bit difficult. Yesterday, the Bavli also has two mahalchim on this. It says in the Bryce that Kol Shlenog Minig Hazeh Ein Yochel Litten Tainis Besulam. What does it mean? Who was not Noig Minig Hazeh? Who? Remy thought it means Minig Yehuda Begol. It's trying to say that Anshe Galul cannot have Tainis Besulam because they don't make this whole thing with the Shishvinim. So she can say that you stole it. That's what the reason they're making Yehuda Shishvinim, that the husband shouldn't be able to do something bad. So if he didn't do it in Galil, then already she can say you did something wrong, and that's why he cannot have Tainis Besulam. Yehuda Eidas Torah here means, is this not Torah? Alamini Yehuda be Yehuda. Means in Yehuda you have to do Minig Yehuda. So now the Gemara is going to go to ask even deeper in this whole thing that Yehuda, they had this. Why did they taka need this whole thing? What's the point? Even if you don't find if the Ashish winner and you don't find it, it's still not 100% proof that's zinsa. Even the time ena edus taira lo yaimet. Why do you make this shishvunen? Even if you make shishvunen, you still and you don't find, you still cannot bring a raya. It's not min Torah. It's not min Torah. There's no Adam. There's not. It's not bar. Maybe still there was done Ramos here. Maybe he collaborated with the Shishvinin. You don't know what happened. It's not regular Edus min Torah. So what do you gain out of making Shishvinin? He's going to show there's no dam. We can still say it's that's the din that she loses the ksuba, but it's not Edus min Torah. It doesn't help to prove min Torah that she's in so. After if it's a bezima, it's enough to make her scared. Fragt die Gemara, im Beschwör shel if it's a bezima, afila maimed, we should say that it's such a strong chazaka that she's scared that even if he brings the sheshvin, it's his chazaka. It's 100% she's so scared to be mizana because she doesn't want to be nizbayish. So we say even if he shows that there's no dam, it doesn't make sense. For sure she's scared. She's not gonna do it. It's not because she's scared. Yes, you shouldn't be illa. In other words, he says yes, chazaka on his side also. So he tines chizinsa. Which interest us it's also like opposite questions. So it should be maimed in either case. There's always one choshed, one parrot that's ready to be mafsed and to make trouble. So that's why you also need hamada. So you need to balance it somehow. You can't trust him. You can't say can't trust her 100% either because the ma'isa ain't on terech suda mafsida. So we make this takana that we make her scared. But again, if he proves that there's no dam, then he's neman still because as far in terech suda mafsida. Man and kayam. It says going back to this brayse, kol shaloi no kimenig azeh in yochalit in tainas besula. In beshe pishpishu matzah harei matzah. So the Gemara is going to explain here the story like this. In beshe pishpishu matzah. What means pishpish? Badik cheder habiyah levadish ha'imboy mapes acheves. B'soy bale matzah dam ala mape harei matzah. What's his taina? Im shaloi pishpish v'loi matzah. He pishpish, iloi pishpish. What's the difference between pishpish and loy pishpish? Meinaf keimen ekim she'af dvera ein kan besulam. If it didn't find anything, for sure she loses the ksuba. Elahachan anan kayom, b'shaloi pishpish umatzah. He was not boidik, and he find it. He emeres dam besulam he. Hu aimer loiki el dan tzipehi. So we're trying to bring out here this minig hazeh. Minig hazeh was to be mefashpish the cheder. To be mefashpish to seek out the cheder, there shouldn't be any mappa that she prepared, she hides. The question was, what do we gain? So the answer is we gain that if in the end she shows down, there is a mappa with down, and he claims that this is that this is dam tzipper. If he's pish pish, he's seeked out the cheder, he cannot say any kindness anymore. It's hard to understand. You're showing me what he's trying to, what is the heaven was maskana. It's a difficult shtickle here, but there's no other. Sometimes Yerushalmi talks out things that are very obvious. This is the only pshat here. Yerushalmi is trying to bring out that the point of this whole story makes only sense in this case, where he did not seek out. That's what means and then she shows, and then he argues, and he says it is dam tzipper. So we say no. You should have searched out. You didn't. She is Naaman. She is Naaman. She's Naaman to say that it's dam basulim. You cannot be masmek suba. It's your fault. Although the tension is sabasa, Kaim and Rishosh is of excited. He had that this whole thing. If he starts arguing something, then he has a problem of Sophic Isser. He says it's dam tzipper. You cannot live with her. You have to be choishish to zinsa tachta. Tan is besulim kol shehe. Ma'as be'isha achas shenimsa besulim like in a chardel. Even if it's a kol shehu, it's already considered that she's okay. No, it didn't mean good. It meant for bad. You should not have like you, Israel. It's the Belashon Tzaganor. Means a blind person, you say he can see a lot. It means he cannot see. So here it means it should not be like people like you, because it's not a good simon if you have very little dam. Chavraya Oma Mekantala, Kal Ishut Shlemer Me'utan, Veladeh Me'utan. Isha that has very few dam has few kids. Yasa Omer Mekalasla. Kal Ishut Shlemer Me'utan in Mitzvah Tamat Haris. Verkehrt. It was a mile that shouldn't make things tummy. That's the end of Daf. Gimel Amud Aleph.